My presentation is on Kratos from God of War. Kratos is a demigod born from Zeus and a mortal named Callisto. He never knew his bloodline being part God and lived in Sparta as a normal mortal. He was born with great intellect and strength, which aided him well in becoming a Spartan soldier. Kratos and his brother, another demigod, both dreamt of becoming Spartans. One day Zeus received a prophecy of one of his sons killing him, and that was a marked warrior. He sent Athena and Ares to kill Kratos. Ares saw Deimos, Kratos' brother's birthmark, and decided to take him to Thanatos, the god of death. When Kratos tried to stop him, he was hit in the face, falling to a pile of wood, leaving a permanent scar on his right eye. Ares wanted to kill him, but Athena stopped him, apologized, and they left in flames. Kratos came of age and became a respected member of the Spartan army. He eventually married a woman named Lysandra and had a daughter named Calliope. His daughter got the plague, and Spartan authorities deemed her weak, and the Spartan law deemed that the weak were to be thrown into a chasm and left to die. Kratos, hearing of ambrosia, the nectar of the gods, from an elder got to know of its healing properties, went on a journey to acquire it for his daughter. Ares had chosen him, unbeknownst to him, as his champion in a war between gods. The wager was if their champion was able to capture the ambrosia, the victor would receive the statues erected in their honor all through Greece. Kratos and a battalion of Spartans and Captain Nikos embarked on the quest. Kratos killed Poseidon's champion Herodes and his army and stole their ship. Poseidon, raged at him, sent out Hazards to kill him at sea, but failed. Kratos also killed Artemis's champion Pothea, but she did not retaliate. Hades, in fear that Kratos would kill his champion Alaric, the barbarian king, sent a torrent of fire through the sky to kill him. Although he failed to kill Kratos, he killed most of his men and Captain Nikos. Kratos found Ambrosia and encountered Helios' champion Cerion and killed him. He also encountered the barbarian king. He needed the Ambrosia because his father was ill. He succeeded in defeating the barbarian king and his men at the cost of his own. He summoned an army of rocks to torture the barbarian king. He brought back the ambrosia to Sparta. Kratos used ambrosia to save his daughter and received the rank of captain from the king of Sparta. After he returned to Sparta, as a captain, he led a soldier named Atreus, who always remained hopeful even in the darkest times. Atreus sacrificed himself without hesitation so that many others would live. Kratos carried his body back home and acknowledged that he was the only Spartan to die with a smile on his face. Kratos, now a captain, grew arrogant to every victory. When he was in a tough spot fighting an old enemy, the barbarian king, who hated him for taking ambrosia leading to his father's death, Kratos, in an attempt to save his life when he was going to die, pledged to serve Ares. Ares accepted him and gave him the Blades of Chaos. The blades bound themselves to him with the chains, searing themselves into his arms, never to be removed. He used the blades to cut off the barbarian king's head. The blades served as proof of his servitude to Ares. Kratos served Ares loyally, killing those he specified. He raided villages, slaughtered the innocents, and spread chaos in his name. Attacking Athena's followers' village and killing everyone without knowing, Ares moved his family to the temple of Athena. Horrified at what he had done, he left his family to burn in the temple and renounced the god of war Ares. The oracle cursed Kratos for not listening to her and going to the temple. He was cursed to always wear his family's ashes on his body. giving him a pale white body known as the Ghost of Sparta from that day. People seeing him knew of what he had done and the curse he had received, and would rather die than be saved by him. Kratos reflects on how he was in the past, blinded by rage and manipulated by Ares, and sets off to kill Ares, breaking his oath to him. Ares, furious, sent Furies to hunt him down so that he could make him submit to him again. Trapped in an illusion of seeing his old home in Sparta when he entered Kira village, gets awakened by Orcus, who told him to seek the oracle of Delphi. Trusting him not, he still did as he said, looking for the oracle Aletheia in the Delphi mountains. He maneuvered past the mountains using a python to reach the oracle's temple, where Aletheia was held captive by the twins Castor and Pollux, who were worshipped as gods. Castor told Kratos to offer an offering so he could see the oracle, but when he denied, Kratos was attacked by Castor and his twin, who became enraged by him denying to give him an offering. As they fought, the room got destroyed. Kratos killed both twins and reset the room using the amulet of Ouroboros, which could control time, only to find the oracle dying, having been crushed by the rubble. Aletheia revealed Ares' evil plan to make Kratos capable of killing Zeus, because then Ares would be able to be the new king of Olympus. Years later he called to Athena, saying how he served Olympus faithfully, so why was he still haunted by the visions of his past, and was unable to get the redemption he wanted. Athena, hearing Kratos' rage, instructed him to find Pandora's box to help him defeat Ares, promising that if he succeeds, the gods would forgive his sins. She wanted Ares dead because he had surrounded and invaded the city of Athens, fueled by his jealousy of her. Battling in Athens after receiving powers from the gods, saw a mural of the oracle telling him to find her so she could reveal how to kill a god. Finding that the Harpies had captured her, he gave chase and rescues her. To understand his motives, she looks through his memories, angering Kratos, who warned her to stay out of his head. The oracle, who was horrified by what she had seen, and questioned why Athena sent him to save them. After getting the box, he sets off to fight Ares and absorbs the powers in the box while facing him. After absorbing the powers from the box, he grew in size, matching Ares', and battles him. Before his defeat, Ares traps Kratos in an illusion, and he battles a demon version of himself to save the imaginary family. After beating it, he was determined not to lose his family ever again. Out of illusion, he fights Ares again. Ares says how he had saved him, and he had him kill his family to make him into a great warrior. And Kratos replies, "You exceeded," before stabbing him through the heart. After fighting, he decides to kill himself because the visions were still there, and the gods could not take them away, but failed because Athena brought him back to the cliff he jumped from. Centuries later, Kratos meets Faye and has a son named Atreus. His wife wanted him to be named Loki, but he decides not to name him that and names him Atreus instead, after the soldier who sacrificed himself to save other Spartan soldiers. Years later, his wife dies, and he wants to respect her wishes of having her ashes spread from the highest peak of all the realms. He and Atreus, to fulfill Faye's request, embark on a journey to Jotunheim, the land of the giants. Kratos tries his best to lead Atreus on a better path than he did. The journey led them to fight the Norse gods on the way, and their actions led to the beginning of Ragnarok. And Atreus learns of his destiny as Loki.